What is going on, folks? Will Turby here. Fake Mike, real news, auditing America, Mr. America, demand the truth.
Thank you very much for being here.
We're going to have a little chat here, guys. Share this video. This is going to be one of the most important videos we've ever done here on this channel. We're going to be talking about a lot of interesting things. I've got some incredible points to discuss, and we want to hear from you guys too. So if you guys can go ahead, file in here, share the video. Most importantly, let's get 10,000 people watching this. What's up, Abby?
Thank you, Famo.
Thank you very much, Chris. That's right. It's a beautiful mic. What up to Dyka Charles? TikTok.
Dímelo, gamers.
We on TikTok, but we ain't on TikTok. Caroline is in the house. All right, we got some people here. Thank you, Abby, for watching that. Yep, Abby got a special sneak peek, right, of some of the things, but we got a lot of new info here to cover too. And of course, I couldn't see any of my comments on there, so we're gonna get in touch with your comments. Now, this whole country is split in half. Yet again, this whole country is split in half once again. Divide and conquer, order out of chaos. That's what we have going on here. Now, people are saying, uh-oh, things are getting crazy. People are looting. Well, you know what else was looting? The Boston Massacre. You know what else was property destruction? When Jesus went in the temple and started flipping over the tables of the money changers and destroying them. So Jesus actually looted himself. The people that started this country actually looted themselves. You know, this country was partially created off of a black man being shot. Crispus Attucks started the Boston Massacre, and we said enough is enough. Whatever you do, don't trust lying media. I don't care if it's CNN. I don't care if it's Fox. I don't care if it's Young Turks. I don't care if it's InfoWars. The only media without a track record of making a mistake ever is not even Demand the Truth. I've made some mistakes. One time I said Bohemian Grove was in Florida. It's in California. But I misspoke. I make mistakes, but I say that I made them. But WikiLeaks has them. So,
Hi, Heather. Good to see you.
you guys are mad now that these people are looting, yet Jesus destroyed property. The Boston Tea Party was looting. And you guys were mad when this guy took a knee. Now, I don't even like Kaepernick's socialist tendencies, but he was right about police brutality. He was absolutely right about that, right? Now, we have riots is nothing new. We had riots in '68 when our government even admits that our government had a hand in murdered Martin Luther King Jr., right? Minorities have always been treated the worst. You have the Native Americans with the Trail of Tears, the smallpox blankets. You have the Japanese Americans rounded up into concentration camps during the Second World War. You have crack cocaine, like I told you here, on Demand the Truth first. Crack cocaine put into minority, urban, African-American neighborhoods to destroy them. When I said that, I was crazy. And now there's a Hollywood movie about it. So right again. You can add that to my list of things that I told you so beforehand, including genetically modified foods, Roundup and their negative health impacts.
Thank you, Peanut, for being here.
You can also show that fluoride is bad, geoengineering, elite child rings, all those things proven, once again, exposed first here on Demand the Truth and other alternative media channels. But don't forget that even places in the North was segregated until 1984, some schools. African-American women in North Carolina were being sterilized into the 1990s. These people were stolen by mainly white people, Islamists, and some of their own people into the slave trade. And they were stolen from their own homes. They had their culture, religion, society, names completely ripped off of them. And then they were sent here to be slaves for 400 years. And then when we were like, should all men are created equal, except for blacks. Those are 3/4. Those are 3/5 of a human being, right? So you have, and science will show it too. Science shows that genetic memories can last up to 14 generations. So These people are pretty much behind the 8 ball here. We haven't exactly gifted them the upper echelon of society. And remember what JFK said? JFK said, those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. And I'm not calling for violence. I'm not. But what do you expect from people? And not only that, it's not only is the Boston Tea Party looting, which started this country, not only was this country started by the assassination by redcoats of an African-American man, Christopher Addict started that way, but we also have agent provocateurs. Share this video, share this video, share this video, smash the like, smash the like. This is going to be one of our most important videos. This is why Mr. America does what he does right here. He allows me this platform. This is why we go across, because of what I'm telling you right now. Now,
So hit the like button.
hit the like. AutoZone. And people are saying it's looting. Well, most of the looting I've seen has been done. Now, we've had evidence of agent provocateurs going back from the World Trade Organization. Me and Mr. America were at a protest in Tampa yesterday. We exposed 2 undercover cops there on video live. And then also, you have video outside the AutoZone in Minnesota where there's a white dude. He's got an umbrella and he's smashing out the AutoZone windows. And a black guy says, hey, no, don't do that. And then you have these bricks that are showing up in Dallas, all across the country, where there's no construction, just random pallets of bricks. These people are facilitating the riots. And people like George Soros and these Hollywood celebrities, they're going to co-opt this movement. Because whether you make an organic movement on the left, whether it be Occupy Wall Street or the right Tea Party, it's going to be co-opted, because it's human nature. It's organic human nature for us to strive towards freedom. And it's the nature of the elites to see, once we're striving towards freedom, to co-opt that any way we can. So we've seen that. We've also seen that the St. Paul mayor has said that the majority of people that were arrested that first couple days, they weren't even from there. And the Minnesota governor says a lot of people weren't from there. Now, we've had some protests here in Rhode Island where people will get bussed in from New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts right around the corner. But Minnesota's a big state, and for a lot of these people coming from over there is also highly suspicious. Makes me think there may be potentially some agent provocateurs doing this. Now, let's talk about statistics. I've covered this all in my videos before. YouTube.com/Demand the Truth. They're all there. I put it all up on screen. Show you the police own statistics. Now, whites are being murdered by police more than blacks, but that's only because they make up a larger segment of our population. According to police own statistics, African Americans are more likely to be pulled over, more likely to be searched. However, white Americans are less likely to be pulled over, less likely to be searched, but white Americans are actually more likely to have illegal drugs and guns on them, according to the police own statistics, right? So, also, we have 2 different studies showing that police are more likely to abuse their spouses, right? Also, 40 to 60% of murders in this country are never ever solved. We don't even have arrests made. The police don't do anything like that, right? And their job is to be polite, courteous. It's literally written in their walls of their buildings. Their job is to be polite and courteous and uphold the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Well, they've murdered the Constitution. They've murdered the Bill of Rights. Thank you very much, Russian chick. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Their job is to uphold the Constitution. They don't do that. First Amendment. Out the window. Free speech zones. Hate speech. Protest. The right to peaceably assemble was shut down in Tampa last night. It was an illegal gathering. The First Amendment's out the window. Cops are killing people for the Second Amendment. Red flag laws. Judge, jury, or executioner. Police are taught that the Founding Fathers on video are terrorists. And they're taught to subvert your Fourth Amendment right when they see you. And your First Amendment right. They're taught to subvert your right. So we're paying people to subvert our right. These aren't the cops of Andy Griffith's day. These are militarized police now, right? Another thing. When is enough enough? Cops recently have said, oh, I wish more black people would have died during coronavirus. Recently, a cop stomped on a black woman's pregnant stomach until she had a miscarriage. That was great, right? I mean, how many times do you see a cop shooting somebody for a suspended license? Cops are not judge, jury, and executioner. As a matter of fact, in the Constitution, there's absolutely no provision for cops at all. there's a provision for Congress, executive, and legislative branch. But cops aren't in the Constitution because our founding fathers actually warned against cops. They said they were the standing army that we would fight, that would stand against us. So we've been fighting them nonviolently. The cops have, they're little known fact here, guys. You guys, anybody know how cops started? I'll tell you. Cops started in the South catching runaway slaves. And now they've expanded their net to catch all of us. But they still hate black people most. Yay! So the cops are the foot army of our elite. Now, the cops' job is to uphold the Constitution, but they're constantly given unconstitutional orders, illegal orders from governors, presidents, legislators, and they take them. They don't uphold their orders. I went in Tampa yesterday in front of a crowd of officers who had their bikes. People weren't even yelling loud. Protest, since I got there, was completely nonviolent. And I said, hey guys, I know you took an oath. Well, you guys are blocking a bridge that's breaking our right to freedom of press, the right to peaceably assemble, and the right to freedom of speech. We pay you, and you're blocking a publicly accessible area and the right for us to have a protest. I know there's going to be one good cop here who believes in freedom, who believes in civil rights. Thank you very much again, Russian chick. You are amazing.
Amazing. Thank you so
Russian
much.
Chick. Yo, and so what was I just saying right there? Sorry, Russian chick, you interrupted me with a super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow, Adam again. Yes,
Thank you.
Adam. Cheers to you, Adam. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
And shout outs to Ricardo out there too as well.
Ricardo, dímelo, Ricky. Donato.
Shout outs to everybody out there. You guys, this is a team of activists right here. So, so the cops, I said, is there one good cop willing to do what we pay you to do that believes in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, our founding fathers, the civil rights heroes? Nobody did it. Nobody cared. So it's absolute proof that these people are not doing the job. Even before I met Mr. America here, I've dealt with thousands of cops. Even before auditing was even a thing, I've been dealing with cops. Outside of the Bilderberg group, I shared a memory on my Facebook group, on my Facebook page, from 2017 at the Bilderberg group. And I've been doing this for years and years and years when I'm straight owning cops. I've been doing this for years. At first I'm nice. Hey, how does it feel to protect the world's most powerful people? But by the way, the Bilderberg group is illegal, unconstitutional, and against the Logan Act. And cops are using our tax money to protect a group of people like Henry Kissinger, who's wanted for war crimes in certain countries. Not only that, but this group was created by two Nazis. And so that's what our cops are, literally protecting Nazis. So none of the cops did anything right. Then you have the cops also enforcing the unconstitutional drug war, which is why we have so many people in prison. Meanwhile, the state pays its bills with weed. This is just another divide and conquer. And, I saw some videos yesterday. I have to admit, though, share this video, like this, 49 likes, that's pathetic. Get these likes up, smash the like.
Hit the like button, please.
Share this video and like this video.
Please, guys, hit the like button.
I saw some very, very disturbing footage of some people in hoods, some people in bareface. They were burning cars. They were smashing windows. They were setting things on fire. And I was just so upset. Want to know why? Because these were people celebrating the Boston Celtics, hockey teams, and Philadelphia Eagles. Nobody ever calls it riots when a bunch of white people start trashing their own cities over a sports game. You guys never call that a riot because that's not a riot. This is a rebellion. This is a rebellion because of people like Edward Bernays, Bertrand Russell, the psychological elite have manipulated us to divide and conquer one another. And on top of that, they are totally destroying our rights and our freedoms. And they've been murdering our leaders, JFK, MLK, RFK, Malcolm X. Every time we get somebody that's real, that wants to do something for the people, they get killed. John Lennon.
Shout outs to Danny Peña, photos. Thank you for being here, bro.
Remember, Jesus destroyed property. Remember, the founding of this country started by the Boston Tea Party. And also, Crispus Attucks, a black man, getting shot in the face, right? But it's okay for people to riot when the Celtics or the Flyers win their championships. Oh, but when cops kill more black people now than were ever killed during the Jim Crow South by lynching, and when cops right on their own body cams will brag about, we're gonna go kill this homeless guy, we're gonna sprinkle crack on these people. You wonder why we film the police on their own body cams. They will handcuff a woman and kick her in the face and sprinkle drugs on people. But you know where people didn't loot? But you know who the real looters are? The real looters are the Federal Reserve banks. The real looters are these large multinational corporations. The real looters are the military-industrial complex. Those are the real looters, right? And I was taking a drive, and I seen cops protecting a Home Depot. Cops protecting a Home Depot. 7 cops. Cops are paid to protect the Constitution. There's no constitutionality for police whatsoever. It's actually, police themselves are unconstitutional. They're literally the standing army our founding fathers warned us against. So if you support cops, you're technically un-American, if you really want to take it that far. But the people really looting this country is the Federal Reserve, the big corporations doing all this looting. But you see Home Depot, one of these large corporations, you got 7 cops around it. These cops getting paid God knows how much money. Thank you very much, Bean.
Thank you.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you, Bean.
They're protecting a Home Depot, right? Because there's curfews across this country in certain areas, right? There's certain things still locked down, right? And cops are not protecting citizens. They're not protecting the Bill of Rights or their oath to the Constitution. They're protecting Home Depot. They should be protecting the citizens and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, but they're not doing that. But like I told you, they're trained to subvert your rights, right? And then Donald Trump says we're going to shoot the looters.
Telly.
Wow, Telcam team.
Telcam team. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much.
We appreciate you so much. You're the best. Join our group on Facebook if you haven't, guys. Go to Facebook, Auditing America. Go to Facebook, Demand the Truth. We both have Facebook pages, and we need more people over there. So we really appreciate it if you send us a friend request. Join our public group. It's easier to get in touch with us through Facebook. If you guys ever need have any questions or anything, we'll be glad to answer them. And just for you, because without you, we don't have a channel. So we appreciate you guys a lot. Everyone that's donated, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So
yeah, and also Telcam, get in touch with me. Telcam. One of the moderators wants to put there, but I say it incessantly in all my videos. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, williamturbit@gmail.com. Will Turbit on Facebook. Probably get to me email. If you don't get to me email, sometimes I go to spam. Will Turbit on Facebook, TURBITT. Demand the Truth on Instagram. Twitter @Will_Turbit. Just comment. YouTube.com/Demand the Truth. This guy's got 150,000 subs nearly. I just want 9,000. Guys, give me a subscription after this. I'm going to open up for the chat, but I want to say 2 more things that I think are very important because I've covered a lot, and there's even more to cover, too. And actually, one more thing, too. Shout-outs to Chase. I'll answer that question in 1 second. President situation in front of the White House. I'm going to tell you that right now. Shout-outs to Chase Allen from the Allen Report. His video's got 250,000 views, and
in 16 hours, Chase is doing really good.
What did he film? He filmed the Boston police destroying their own property. So
why were they doing that?
You're talking about looters. We pay the Boston police to uphold our Constitution. They loot our pockets, and then they destroy their own police property, which we're going to have to pay for again.
Public property.
And they're going to raise the taxes so we can pay more on that again.
That's actually a crime, what they did.
Spot check news organization. Be vigilant. We will.
Thank you.
$5. You do the same. Everybody out there. Thank you, Russian chick, for subscribing. 2 T's. That's right. 2 T's.
Okay.
Okay, so Donald Trump says we're going to shoot the looters. Last I checked, it wasn't a death sentence to steal something. Last I checked, we had due process. Last I checked, we had separation of powers. We had court system. Last I checked, you're innocent until proven guilty. Last I checked, the cops were only allowed to detain you if they witnessed illegal activity or had a search warrant or factual evidence provided to detain you. But no, I guess they're just going to kill people. So the final thing I'll say, and I'd like to take some comments and questions from you guys, after this incredible rant that I just had.
Jimmy, excuse me, Will. Jimmy, you go to YouTube and put the Allen, Allen report. And
If one of the mods could put the Allen report,
that's Chase's channel.
Chase's channel. You know what I'm saying? That's Auditing America. We're a team. Chase and the Allen report, demand the truth. We work separately. We got our own things. We all separately believe in freedom of speech, but we all are among the few people that are actually out here, and shout out to all the other activists. There's plenty of you out there, right? But we're among the few people that are out in the streets. We're confronting the elite. We're confronting the governors. We're on and on and on. You go to my channel, you can see all the work we've done over all the years, the interviews that we've done with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s niece, Fritz Springmeier, CIA whistleblowers, neuropsychologists, MIT polymaths, people that have given TED talks. But the last thing I'll say, and I'll open it up for comments from you guys, is until we have a nonviolent, thoughtful, and nuanced conversation as a society which values and honors everyone's perspective, things are never going to change. Want to know why? Because we've been having riots in this country on and on and on. Well before Martin Luther King, then when the government killed Martin Luther King, we had riots. It makes sense. You kill one of the most peaceful people on that, JFK, and then 92, you had riots and riots and riots and riots. And guess what? Cops are going to keep killing people. That's not going to stop. Cops are going to keep sprinkling crack on people. Cops are going to keep handcuffing innocent women, kicking them in their face. Cops are going to keep stomping on pregnant women's stomachs till the fetus, to the innocent baby inside, is dead. So the media is, of course, going to cover it. People are going to get upset about it. So in order to have a change, we can't just say, oh, we'll lock this guy's up, or we'll loot, or we'll call the looters this or that. You have to take a deeper look at the inherent, implicit psychological things that are going on here. 14 generations, genetic memories are passed down. You have to take a look at all the underlying factors and put them into play. This is not a left-wing, right-wing thing. It's not this or that, right? It's not that, this or that. And I saw someone saying, I would be supportive. The best way to be supportive is to share the videos. Share the videos, share the videos, share the videos, share the videos. I cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate the super chats that you guys have given. They're amazing. And even more so, the PayPals, because the higher percentage goes right to Mr. America when you give that way. I appreciate everybody that gave me a super chat on my channel, which I'll never be able to see because they demonetized my channel, which is fine. It's cool. But it's very much appreciated. But could care less about that. The most important thing to do is to share the video. Share our best videos. Go to my channel, youtube.com/demand the truth. Demand the truth all together. Share my best interviews. I have playlists there where I have ones that talk about DCYF, CPS, artificial intelligence, technology, futurism, confrontations, First Amendment audits, interviews, all this other stuff. So go there, share our best videos, all the confrontations we've done with every single person running for candidate. We've caught the most high-powered elite. We've caught military brass. We've caught ordinary Leos. We've caught pretty much everyone out there. So we're doing our best non-violently, and I'm always open to criticism. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, Carolina Forward, I've discussed that on my channel. It's a long, long story. Thank you, Joe, for shouting out to Man the Truth. Please subscribe to my channel, guys. If it wasn't for Mr. America, I wouldn't have any. I wouldn't say any. But he's given me a big audience to talk to, not only on his channel, but he's helped me grow my own subscribers, because I can't do it just by nature of the things that I talk about. And you guys know I talk about crazy stuff that the powers that should not be don't want to hear. So it's very much appreciated. Peacefully is hard to do. It is hard to do. They're pushing their buttons. And John Lennon says the system will do anything within their power to agitate you, to piss you off. They'll flick your beard. They'll smack you in the back of the head. But the one thing that the system does not know how to deal with is nonviolence and humor. So that's why I adopted the WIS. That's part of the reason. And if you're watching this video for the first time, Fake Mike, Real News, the reason I do this, I used to dress up in a suit. I used to have a mic, looking like a real mic, and then all of you guys on Auditing America were like, that is not a real mic. We see right through that. Anarch Chick was like, real news, fake mic, flipped it around. And then I was at Mr. America's house one day. We're doing a live stream. I forgot my fake mic that I'd smashed into smithereens and grabbed one of his wrists. And since then, had a vote. And it represents transparency, represents the fact that I'm not reading off a teleprompter. I take my own notes, I'm mostly freestyling things. I'm immersed in this information, not wearing any makeup. Also, don't get any money from anybody except
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby. For the only people that do that are voluntary on my Patreon, where I upload videos, and I comment with people there too. I'm on all platforms. I'm just getting on all platforms to reach people. Some people are nice enough to go there on Patreon, but hey, I'm doing this for truth, for transparency, and I got nobody pulling my strings but the truth. And that's why it's great to rock with Mr. America, is because even when the camera's not rolling, he's talking to people. He's spreading information. He's having those conversations. That's a true activist right there.
Thank you,
Are
Victor.
curfews unconstitutional? Well, let me ask you a question. If you're 25 years old and your mom's like, listen, honey, you have to come home to bed here. I mean, it's under her house, right? Yeah. Curfews are not constitutional whatsoever. You have the right to travel. You have the right to peaceably assemble. There's no limit on that. And another thing that most people are very unaware with, they're totally unconstitutional. Totally unconstitutional. Most people are not aware of the fact that the Bill of Rights is not a list of your rights. It's a list of things that the government can never take away from you. And yet they do it every single day. And that's why Mr. America does what he does. He's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm no Alfred Einstein. I'm no rocket surgeon. But I'll tell you what, when I see the longest, most illegal, unconstitutional war of all time, when I told you guys for years that genetically modified foods were harmful to your health, and you didn't believe me, called me crazy, and now it's all true. When I told you guys that fluoride had negative health impacts, and you guys didn't believe me and thought I was crazy, and then Harvard came out with 2 studies reaffirming what I said. When I told you about geoengineering, you said, Will, you're crazy. There's no such thing as geoengineering. You're an idiot with a backwards hat. And then all of a sudden we have geoengineering conferences and Bill Gates says he wants to dim the sun. When I told you about these elite rings and what they would do to innocent children in Hollywood, in the Vatican, on the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, you said, Will, you're an idiot. You're so stupid. But I was right again. And when you have a government which constantly impedes on human freedom, and we, the people, establish that government to prevent them from trampling our freedoms, that's what was supposed to make America a great place. Because we were finally saying we're all equal. There's nobody elite. Oh, just because I don't talk in a British accent and I don't have a wig on. No, we're all equal. All men are created equal. White, black, all of them. And guess what? Racism is so stupid, right? Racism, genetically human beings are all the same. It just happens to do with melanin and where you happen to sit in migration patterns. So according to evolution and science, who knows? I could be wrong on that. But so racist, if you're racist in the first place, and I see a lot of racists on this channel commenting, and for a while, some of the trolls used to get on my nerves, but I realized a large number of them are racist. And racists are low IQ people, so I actually feel bad for them. Because there's beautiful people of every single culture. So I'm talking to the racists right now.
Shout outs to M Against the Press.
He's not a racist. He's an auditor. But shout outs to M Against the Press.
No, of course, no.
Yan Wen Sun.
Much respect and love for M Against the Press.
State House. The term Power Ranger, yes, yes. Enrique, Mr. America, he's good off the cuff. He comes up with some funny stuff. And that's what John Lennon said, nonviolence and humor. So when we have a government which is completely out of control, which we the people establish the government, and it's actually our duty. It says right in the Declaration of Independence that if a government becomes tyrannical and abuses our rights, it is our duty, it is our responsibility to abolish it and create a new one which ensures our freedom. So governments were built in the United States to ensure our freedom. They have totally destroyed our freedoms, and that's why Mr. America does what he does. We travel the country, we call out any and everybody, and we make sure that, we might not even be doing the best job, but at least we're talking about human freedom. We're trying to inspire nonviolent activism in you. What do you guys think about that? Let's open it up to the chat. You work as a real, and these politicians, shout out to Julie, she is a real, just kidding, a registered nurse, and these politicians try to rip people's rights all the time. Your chat is so fast because you got so many viewers. People's rights hard to see, especially over a virus that does not come out at 9 p.m. The virus, luckily, you're right. Viruses are historically very nocturnal. So very good point there. Laura, you can send us money. You can send him money on PayPal. The link will be in the description. It's paypal.com/Auditing American News, I believe. And you can subscribe to me on Patreon if you'd like. Thank you very much.
Or you
Rana?
can do a super chat too.
Super chat too. So if the sun sets you free, you will be free indeed. What's your solution, Will? They're looting and burning down cities. I am from Minneapolis, happened close to home. We need to control for the people. Now, as I covered earlier, Jeremy, it's the police themselves are smashing their own stuff in certain places. We have agent provocateurs. I've caught undercover police just yesterday, live on video on Auditing America, and we've seen this since the World Trade Organization. And the Boston Tea Party was looting, right? When Jesus went into the temple and overturned the tables and destroyed what the money, that was destruction. So my solution is we need to have as a society, we need to let go of our preconceived notions. And we need to have a thoughtful, nuanced discussion as a people. This is all divide and conquer. Order out of chaos. That's what they want. Divide and conquer, order out of chaos. They want us fighting with one another, left, right, this and that. What's with the beater? I just explained it earlier. It's fake Mike, real news. I'm going to have to do a whole video on that. Frank, he's talking about your corporate title. Interesting. So, you know what, guys? I don't know what to tell you. I would start, abolish the Federal Reserve. We could all get together on protesting in front of the Federal Reserve non-violently. Until I always say this, right? We just need people out there. The real solution is this, right? It's very simple, but we have to do it in steps. So I'm going to be Gina Raimondo. I'm going to be the governor of your local town, your local state, pardon me, and town too, technically. I'm going to be Donald Trump, and I'm going to talk about the different phases that we got going on. So phase one, solutions. They have phase ones to allow us to have our freedoms back. Thank you. Thank you. And then they give us a curfew right afterwards. Wow. Phase one is this. Phase one is this. We need to share the information. That's why I always say share, 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 share. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the PayPals, and thank you for everybody that has donated to me. It's very much appreciated. But the best thing to do is to share. Is because right now, let's just say this fake mic, this bottom of this fake mic right here was the United States or the global population, right? So right now, only about this much of us are awake and we know what's going on. These other people over here, they don't know what's going on, or they're in the divide and conquer. So the real thing to do is to get enough of us that know what's going on to non-violently stand together and have massive civil disobedience and massive non-compliance. The income tax is not directly apportioned. It's illegal and unconstitutional. Even from the guy that wrote the tax code on video. So if we all stop paying our illegal, unconstitutional income tax simultaneously, well, there's 30 to 40% more of your paycheck back. And then next step, get rid of the Federal Reserve. And then maybe we start looking for the 800,000 children that go missing. Maybe we should start with them, I think. But people seem to be more influenced by money rather than missing children. So we'll start with money. And there's a number of things. But in order to, like I said, it could be the geoengineering, the illegal wars, genetically modified food, all these things that I've listed, technology. We need to have a discussion about artificial intelligence and technology and Moore's law and how rapidly that's advancing and who gets to have a say in that. I mean, we've got Elon Musk putting Neuralinks in people's heads. He's putting brain chips. We have brain chips in people's heads. And I reported back on this even before Neuralink. In 2015, the International Business Times was talking about returning soldiers were getting brain chips. I mean, people, we got to have a conversation. So we first start with the conversation. That's phase one. Wake up the people, conversation. Phase two is massive civil disobedience. Phase three is victory, tacos with Will Turbit and Mr. America. It's pretty simple, right? So we make the videos. You guys, if you can make videos, you make videos. If you
Everybody should make videos.
everybody should make videos, and you don't have to be a First Amendment auditor. You can go off and be an activist there's a thing that you could be an anti-war activist. You could be a health activist. Trust me, guys, we're hiring all positions, okay? We need help everywhere. Maybe you don't like being in front of the camera. Maybe change your voice. Maybe use a robot voice to type it in. Maybe you don't like doing that. Maybe that's not your thing at all. You can make memes. Maybe you're somebody can write poems. Write poems and inject a little truth in there. Maybe you're a songwriter. Maybe you're a musician. There's a million ways to do things. Or maybe just get your community together like we used to do. We used to all get together. We used to have park cleanups. We used to clean up the streets of Providence. We used to have just sometimes where we just had cookouts. And we talked and we chilled and we built community. We need to work together. There's a million ways to do this. But all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing. And that's why Mr. America does what he does. We're not going to stand here and allow evil men to triumph on our watch. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to allow these warmongers and you-know-what protectors to rule our life. We're not going to sit here and take it. Yes, CM, you're absolutely right. Nobody knows their neighbors. We could, maybe not kumbaya and maybe not holding hands. That's kind of gross, but I get your point, yes. What do you think of Elon Musk again? Well, he's hanging around with Jeffrey Epstein. He thinks it's okay to, please hit that like, Joe Lane. He wants to put a microchip in your gene. He says we should merge with AI. I don't know. Peaceful protest to me seems like good men doing nothing. Well, that's just because
there's not enough people.
There's not enough people. And the people that are there are being incited by agent provocateurs. And
imagine if we had 100 million people protesting.
Imagine just 1 million people who non-violently surrounded the Federal Reserve.
100. We need 100 million
I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pick a date. 6/1/2021. 1 year from today.
Peaceful protest. First Amendment.
1 year from today, I'm going to create the event. 1 million strong at the Federal Reserve, non-violently, and we are going to surround the Federal Reserve until they are gone. Until they say, you know what, you're right. We have been owned by Demand the Truth, Auditing America, and the people of this country.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest. 1 million strong, Federal Reserve, Russian chick's gonna be there, $3, let's go. Thank you so much, Russian chick. Violence is not the answer because and access. Want to know why violence is not the answer? Is because you cannot solve a problem with the same form of consciousness that created it. Evil begets evil. And that's why we can't... Wow, Julie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Very much appreciated. That's why, rest in peace, Howard Zinn, Harvard professor and author said, how can you have a war on terrorism when war itself is terrorism? You're just creating more terrorism because then you go bomb in more innocent people who would have just ordinarily not been there, and now they hate you because you killed their family at one of their birthday parties or a funeral, and now they want to kill you, and it's a cycle of violence. The Hatfields and McCoys. We need to love one another. We need to understand the law of attraction. We need to understand a term I'm coining recently, which is quantum activism. Thoughts become things. Every thought that you think resonates a frequency just like every radio, television, and internet wave. And they actually have an effect. They've done the Schrodinger's cat experiment, the double slit experiment, and again with quantum non-locality, to show you thoughts have their own vibration in the thing. Thoughts are powerful. So if we start using nonviolent activism, we start using our talents and our abilities, and we start using some quantum activism, we can change this world like this. And we'll have the former heads of the Federal Reserve tarred and feathered in no time after a legal and lawful trial. And they'll just be tarred and feathered, and then that's it. Why would I march on the Federal Reserve? Because the Federal Reserve is the true power structure of this country. The White House is like the outhouse of the Federal Reserve. As Lord Rothschild famously said, give me control over a nation's currency and I care not who make its laws. We still got the NSA spying, right? stood up the CIA, the NSA. When the Federal Reserve is printing money out of thin air, they could do whatever they want. When they're financing the big banks and politicians on both sides of the aisle, they could do whatever they want, dog. Thank you, Pumpkin. Why would a good man get involved in a fight between good and evil? Because all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men wanting to do nothing. Because if you see evil going on and you watch it happen,
Thank you, Billy.
you have become an accomplice to evil. Like, it's just like even the laws. Thank you, Bailey, very much. Like, right now, if I witness a murder, if somebody beating the crap out of somebody over there, and I stood here and do nothing, I get charged in that, right? Because I didn't do anything, right? So it's the same thing. When you see evil, tyrannical people destroying your freedoms, poisoning your food, poisoning your water, poisoning your air, sending people off to die, spying on you with your own tax money, it is your duty to do something. With great power comes great responsibility, and knowledge is power. Now you guys have that knowledge. At least you have the knowledge to go think for yourself. You have to use the Socratic method. Don't take anything I say for gospel. Research it and question everything. And don't trust anybody like Stone Cold Steve Austin said. But now at least you guys know. No, they did not all get charged. Only one guy did with the lowest form. 3rd degree manslaughter. That's right, Joe. Someone throw me a beer. Through the internet. Oh, you have proof violence gets results. Let's hear it. I don't agree with that, but I'd like to hear what you say. What do you think of Jesse Ventura? Well, why don't you tell me what you think of Jesse Ventura? I've been in the Baja. I've been a governor. I've been a Navy SEAL. I've been a WWE wrestler. Why don't you tell me what you think happened at Tower 7? I think Jesse Ventura, I agree with him on a lot of things. He's one of the best people we've had speaking out there. I disagree with him on some things, but I think overall he's a freedom fighter and he's put his neck on the line. All right, Hannibal. Maybe he is. And there's a lot of people that say this person's disinfo, that person's disinfo, this person's disinfo. I don't know. I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. There's people that say I'm a disinfo information shill or something like that. So I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until I've seen 100% incontrovertible proof to the otherwise. Because there are real people, there are good people. It's not just all bad. It's not all controlled opposition. Is there controlled opposition? Yes. As I talked about, COINTELPRO, and they put people in positions of power. But I'm the type of person that will only call you out if you have the proof. So everybody else gets the benefit of the doubt. Why do I talk into a wire whisk? Okay, I'll tell the story again quickly on this live stream. I'm going to have to do a whole video about that. No, Raid Area 51, they don't got anything there. Okay, everyone's asking me again. Okay, so I'm going to tell you again. Why am I holding an egg beater? Because I have a channel. It's youtube.com/demand the truth. It is a fake mic. Thank you, Ron. Demand the truth, right? And I started out doing videos and I tried to seem as professional as possible. I would put a suit on, I would do a PowerPoint presentation with loads of factual information, I would confront people with a fake microphone. And then, my channel was really small, like 1,400 subs at the time, even though I've been doing a lot of work and incredible stuff. By the nature and virtue of what I talk about, it's not necessarily promulgated. Thank you, Access One. Thank you, and keep it up, Access One. We need more people out there taking nonviolent activism. Thank you. Washington fought back for us. Interesting, he did, but where would we draw that line, right? Thank you very much, sir. I haven't seen proof that Alex is. I don't agree with all of Alex's views, or a lot of them. Really? You were watching your friend's Facebook live stream show. Shout out to Rice Krispie, always out there. Always out there, looking crispy. I'm the opposite of Rice Krispie. I'm like a dirty wigger, unfortunately. But hey, Rice Krispies out there holding it down. Y'all need to subscribe over there. But jeez, I'm like answering 3 questions. So, anyways, the fake mic started out dressing up, trying to be cool, look professional. And then when I came on Mr. America's channel, everyone's like, "You guys notice everything. You can't get nothing past you guys." You guys were like, "That's obviously a fake mic. It's not plugged into anything." And I was just trying to look professional, right? To try to get more people to take me seriously, because it's all about perspective, right? It's all about appearances. But then I embraced it. Anarchic chick, she was like, "Real news, fake mic." Flipped it around and said, "Fake mic, real news." Became this thing because, like I said, John Lennon, nonviolence and humor is the only way to beat the system. figured I'd put a little bit of humor in there. And it also represents transparency, the fact that I'm not controlled by any corporations or people that cover up for war crimes and such and so forth. So it just became into this gimmick. One time I was at Mr. America's house. I forgot my fake mic, pulled out the whisk. I did a live stream chat. Who wants to see me do this? Everyone said, keep the fake mic in real news. So I pretty much ran with it since then. And then one other point, I guess, would be not necessarily because you just replace Rike with one state to another state, you know? So, you know, I need a fake mic real whiskey. That'd be nice, right? But, okay, so as far as that person in that car, that cop shouldn't have been there in the first place. He had plenty of time, even before we got there, that cop had plenty of time to get out of there. His training would be to call for backup, not to run through people. Now, I understand you're under threat to arrest, but cops shouldn't be there in the first place suppressing people's rights. Wish you would have invited y'all to my wedding. I don't think that would be a good idea. No, you don't want Will and Enrique wedding crashers at your spot unless you got tons of appetizers. He didn't try to kill anybody, though. You know what? He could have killed it. He could, if you watch that video, he could have killed. There's a girl there that he could have killed. He could have went slower, right? What he should have done was get out of the car and call for backup.
You didn't see the girl?
He should have just called for backup. I mean, remember, this guy has a weapon on him.
Steps back. If she would have fell backwards, she would have landed underneath that car. Maybe not killed her, but
there was another person that was in a truck that did the same. Sorry.
No, maybe not killed her, but she would have been severely injured. Okay, so it doesn't take a scientist to figure that out. If you see that video,
somebody else was charged doing the same thing over the weekend. Somebody else was changing the same thing. The thing is, the police want to do that. Yeah, don't stand in front of a car, but also the police shouldn't be there destroying our First Amendment rights. He should have been calling for backup. That's what you're supposed to do. Why didn't the cops come out like the other police officers? Why didn't the cops
stand in front of the car? Really? So what, you want him to run people over?
So the thing is, what kind of protest is acceptable to you? What do you think people should be doing? Right? I think we should be doing stuff non-violently, right? But guys,
they weren't being violent.
What's the hard question, Jose? Give me the hard question. I'm not scared of hard questions. I want the hard questions first. So hit me with the hard questions. Jose, I'm waiting for you. Come back around. What's up, James? Voting. Voting is not going to work anymore. Sorry. Trevor Noah covers up for the Bilderberg Group, geoengineering. He's a total fraud. He says some good things, but he's a total fraud. Am I voting for Joe Biden? I have owned Joe Biden with Mr. America. We made international news multiple times, calling him out for you know what. What do you think of blasting Hulk Hogan's theme song at the RI State House? I'm a real American. Well, he said some racist stuff, so I guess he might be a real American. I don't know. I'm a real American. I don't know. Jose, I've been waiting for the tough question. I don't see it, dog. What's your opinion on Bernie? Ooh, geez, I'm ready, Jose. I've been ready for 5 minutes, Jose. Come on, I'm giving you a special chance right now to hit me with something incredibly tough. Bernie's terrible. We've called him out on video. We're political atheists here, right? We've called out everybody here. Jose. We've already talked about that one, Terrell, multiple times, and I don't even like talking about that because it's drama, and I don't like talking about it. No, I did not insinuate Jesus was a bad person. I'm not even sure that we have proof that Jesus even existed, but it's a point, right? I am not on probation, but I was arrested recently for freedom of speech at protesting on GCYF. Yes. Okay, Jose, I'm answering. The best candidate would have been Adam Kokesh, hands down. But if I had to vote, which I would not, Joe Jorgensen, Libertarian nominee. We need somebody that's more on exactly, Nadim. We need somebody that's more oriented towards liberty. I'm not saying he did or didn't exist, e.g. I'm not saying that. I only go with what I can prove. I'm just saying Jesus did destroy property. So all the people out there saying, oh, black people, oh, they're destroying property. Well, Jesus was black and destroyed property. Yeah. So who am I voting for? That's the question, Jose. That's a tough question. So who am I voting for? I'm voting for no one. I'm voting for myself. Any form of government is inherently immoral, it's inherently non-consensual, and it's inherently violent. Voting is not going to happen. Is not working anymore. America has they give you two false choices. Both members probably of the Bilderberg group or Skull and Bones, as I've documented well. They're all a member of the same groups. On record, the Bilderberg group selects world leaders, and then America is in this problem because we've consistently been choosing the lesser of two evils. What do you get when you choose the lesser of two evils? Evil. 141 watching right now, pathetic. Share this video. Okay, why am I not smart? And first of all, if you ever thought I was smart, then you aren't smart because I consistently say that I'm an idiot, and I never said I was smart. Yeah, voting is not gonna work. E.g., I've done a number of videos on Donald Trump and all politicians. If you wanna know what I think, youtube.com/demand the truth. No, Kirk, we will not love America or leave it. Because one, I don't want to be hit with a drone from America's foreign policy. And two, you stay where you are and you make your own country free. You don't run away like a coward when they're stealing your rights and freedom. You run away. No, you stand here and you do what Thomas Jefferson says. You do what Mr. America does. Dissent is the highest form of patriotism. Do you feel Bernie is a bad choice? Absolutely. I've talked about that. E.g., youtube.com/demand the truth. If you want my opinion on a political person, I've not only have me and Mr. America confronted them all with Chase from the Allen Report, but I've done a video with facts and information owning every single one of them. youtube.com/demand the truth. How do you stop killing people? I've never killed somebody, so I don't know how you don't. God couldn't even ban murder. Last I checked, there was a law against rape and murder. People still do it. You can't stop human nature. You have to try to change the underlying problems. What's with the WIS? You're going to have to go back and check it out. I've already explained it twice, this thread, and that's way too much. Ronnie, what's your point? Rona, in your opinion, who is the most underrated and dangerous evil? The Bilderberg group. I would say the Bilderberg group. Ain't that right? Amen, Bell. Do you guys think the virus will come back into play? No way to know. Best president ever? Truman. Esmeralda. Okay, sorry, guys. You guys are going, what do I think of Muslims? That's like saying, what do you think of Christians? What do you think of white people? What do you think of black people? I think they're people. And they worship the way they worship. I'm not a Muslim, but I respect the right to worship. It's part of the First Amendment. It's actually the first part of the First Amendment is the right to religious assembly, which is why I was so upset that in mosques, in temples, in churches throughout this country, people are arrested for worshiping their creator. That's one of the other reasons that this country was started. That's when the pilgrims first came here, because they wanted the right to assemble and to worship as they please. I don't have to believe what you believe, but you have every right to believe what you want to believe. And it was really sad to see Jewish people being ripped out of synagogues, black people having their funerals broken up. Jeez. And I'll answer any questions, any tough questions you have. I'm not here to talk about drama. If it's like a big public figure, I'll talk about him. But if it's like drama, that's like gossip. That's like a girls' channel to watch. You know what I'm saying? Not even girls, because I know guys too that watch novellas and stuff. YouTube.com/demand the truth. Rike, what's your question? Anybody answer up the questions? Anytime. Anybody wants to debate, williamturd@gmail.com. Exactly. Security for freedom. Popcorn, buttered, or plain? Now, that is drama I will never get into. Of course, buttered. What? Not Satanists. Talk about gun laws. Well, gun laws are unconstitutional. It says shall not be infringed. And yet they make gun laws. Even Martin Luther King and Gandhi said you have the right to defend yourself. And speaking of gun laws, now cops are taking up the Constitution. You have the right, MJK or M, neither, cannabis, and Wu-Tang Clan. We believe the suicide rate between cops, citizens, and the military. Interesting. I know military has 22 die a day. I'm not sure about the statistics versus police or civilians, so I'd love to see you do a video or inform me, williamturd@gmail.com. Anonymous, what do you want to talk about, Anonymous? I was hosting the Anonymous rallies in Providence for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Hard question. Food toy, you got me. 3 plus times. Oh, yeah, no. No. Math, no. Celery with or without peanut butter. Separately. I heard celery is very healthy for you, but I'm not a doctor. So, and even a license. A license is asking the government for permission for something that you don't already have the right to do. I have the right to defend myself. I have the right to freedom of speech. I have the right to worship or not worship as I please. I have the right to be safe and secure in my effects. I have the right to do what I want to do. Malcolm X, is that a question? Well, Malcolm X, it's interesting because when Malcolm X started talking about more unification after he returned from Mecca, people didn't like him. There's interesting evidence to say that he was possibly killed by the Nation of Islam, but there's some interesting evidence otherwise. Why can't I speak on George Soros? I've done it a number of times. George Soros is a known Nazi collaborator who would go around and help sniff out Jews during the World War II, even though he's a young 14, 15, 16-year-old boy, selling out his own people. George Soros, everyone thinks he's the biggest, most evil guy, but he's still small change compared to some of the other people. But yes, he is a very powerful person. He's a very nefarious person. He's caused uprisings all across the globe. He's bought off judges. I've talked about him many, many, many times.
Where's he from?
Austria, I believe. I haven't seen those famo, but I heard about it. Someone told me about it right this. I was live before this, live before that. Me and Mr. America were doing videos before that, running around. Yesterday was at a protest. Then the other day we were at a protest for like 12 hours. So, and then I do research. And then, believe it or not, I have to eat, sleep, and keep up this beautiful black t-shirt apparel. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying Soros is a puppet. I'm not saying he is or isn't, but he's definitely not a good person. I can't prove that. He's definitely not a good person. You know what I'm saying? License to carry, Constitution carry. It's your right to carry, but the Constitution just puts that there. Hybrid, indica or sativa? That's a good question. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm lucky to get some here and there. You know what I'm saying? Hydrochloroquine or not? I think... supposedly, there's been some doctors saying that there's good stuff about that, but I think that's still even like a side issue because if you are stress-free, if you are toxin-free, if you get exercise and you eat well, you eat healthy organic foods, nothing can go after you. Remember George Carlin? He said he and his friends used to go swimming in the Hudson, and they're the only kids that didn't get polio, you know? What is my IQ, bro? I have no idea, and I think IQ was created by eugenicists for racist purposes, as a matter of fact, going all the way back to racism again. Eugenicists, which is a pseudoscience, basically said that there were smarter and stupider people. The terms moron, low-grade moron, idiot, they come from eugenicists. So they tried to say, and even people, in so-called intellectuals like racist Jordan Peterson, still believes in IQ and all this other stuff. I'm not rooting for looters or the police. I'm definitely not rooting for the police. I'm definitely not rooting for people to loot things either. I'm rooting for nonviolent activism. Anybody that doesn't know what Demand the Truth stands for? And by the way, the police were some of the people doing the looting. We've caught them. We've caught some of the police doing the looting too and inciting riots. We've caught undercover police doing, caught. Some of these other ones we don't know for sure, but they look really suspicious. And even at a protest yesterday, I called out 2 undercovers and then they walked away. So, yes, I disagree with burning precincts. Facebook, YouTube, find us on Facebook, Auditing America. We get a great, and the chat's going by so much that yes, that's right. Demand the truth. Now, I'm not even a man. I'm basically a prepubescent boy, but it's right. It's demand the truth. I'm not that egotistical. I'm actually the opposite of egotistical. So it's demand the truth, writes Crispy. Thank you very much. Demand the truth. Find me over there. And if you guys want, You know what I'm saying? Email me. I got other questions I'll answer all the time because the chat's going so fast. You know what I'm saying? I just answered, I'm not voting for anybody. We did Newark one time. I'm not talking about John when you addressed that issue before, T. Will, I don't agree with your behavior. You're acting like a hoodlum. Okay, Harry, what specifically have you done that has been effective, and how can I get better? Thank you very much from Laura for a great PayPal. The more money actually goes directly to Mr. America when you're donating on PayPal. And like I said, if you guys think I suck, this is the best you get, right? I'm trying. And I always, if I was really so egotistical and I was really such a bad person, and I never claimed to be a good person, I wouldn't sit here and let you guys ask me the tough questions and say, okay, how can I be better? I always ask for criticism and feedback. So how can I be better, right? Exactly, Warrior Health. Fort Knox and demand to see the goal. That's right, that's our money. You don't have to agree with everything you say, but and then if you say I'm doing something bad, tell me how I can get better. And if you're not doing anything yourself, and you're sitting here and telling me how to get better, why don't you show me how to do it? By the way, it's Turbit. Everyone calls me Mr. Turban. It's nice, but it's Turbit, Turbitt, Turbitt. Do you know that the sorceries in the book of Revelation are pharmacies? Interesting. Civil war in our future, I hope not. I'm fighting to try to stave it off. Did I rebel against my parents a little bit when I was a kid? Flat Earth or round Earth, I think is a diversion, because if flat Earth or round Earth, I will start looking into that once Edward Snowden is back, once the wars have stopped, once our food is better, once all the problems, the children that go missing are found. I think that's just stuff to research for fun maybe. But flat Earth, round Earth, I could care less. Flat Earth or round Earth, guess what? We still got illegal wars. We still got our freedoms going. We still have the missing children. We still have the fluoridation. We still have the vaccination, yada, 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 yada. So I don't have time to even look into that. We could be spinning on a trapezoid right now, and I wouldn't even care. How's your day? I didn't go to Sacramento. Do you think I come down to women or have a bias on them? Why would you say that? No, I've actually, some people say, oh, I don't like women because I call out women for wearing too much makeup, but that's my catchphrase. But I also call out men. Every single time I see a male news reporter, I talk about makeup too. So that's not a sexist thing. Mr. America and Will, keep doing what you do. Thank you very much. What is the oldest poster 7 you've ever seen, Enrique? They want to know. What is the oldest?
I think it was like 1986 or
1986, Harry. Disrespecting women that serve our country. Cops are great people. Okay, I agree. Cops are great people, most of them. But Harry, I'm not disrespecting them. I'm just making sure that they uphold their oath. Cops can be the best people in the world. But if they destroy the oath that they took to our human freedoms and instead subvert our freedoms, then they're bad apples and we should expose them, Harry. So if you have a better thing to do, inform me. And guys, let these dissenting voices, yes, Mike, I'm a rectangular earther. No, I'm a dodecahedron earther. You guys, put one in the chat if you know what a dodecahedron is. Okay, actually put one in the chat if you believe in the law of attraction and quantum mechanics. Oh, absolutely not, Ninja. How do you know Harry? Were you friends with him? How do you know them? Yeah, not just like, there's a lot of teachers that are good people, a lot of teachers that are bad people. There's a lot of mechanics that are good people, a lot of mechanics that'll steal your money. There's a lot of artists that are really good, and another one will just take a dump on something and try to sell it to you for $1 million, right? So I'm just saying, hey, I don't want to have a dump taken on me. My forefathers, civil rights heroes, have all fought and died and shed blood and sweat and tears for freedom. I'm not going to let you take this position of authority and abuse it. I think that's actually a good thing. What do I think of SpaceX? I don't know. I talked about Elon Musk. He's chum, buddy with young Jeff Epstein right there. And he wants to put a Neuralink microchip neurotransmitter in our brain that attaches to our... Don't know who that is, Harry. I don't know who that is, Harry. Thank you for being respectful. And I see, Harry, shout outs to Harry. Shout outs to Harry Davis. Harry disagreed with me. We had a talking. He didn't say, oh, F you, you're so stupid, screw you. We can talk. We can disagree. We can talk. I want to talk. That's why I engage a lot with the haters. Guys say, don't worry about the haters. No, because, a lot of people, they just won't listen. And a lot of the racist people, they're very low IQ. And I understand that. But we need to reach out to other people. That's phase one. We reach out to people, wake up to people. The haters are our targets. And not targets for violence. They're targets for waking them up with love. Freedom fighting is war against the government. Nonviolent war, and that's what we do. He said Floyd was a thug. Maybe he was. I don't know. I never met Floyd, but even if he was a thug, he didn't deserve to die. Even if he committed a crime, what he deserved to do was to be detained by the officers, to be put in prison. He had the right to a speedy trial. He has the right to a lawyer. He has the right to due process, to be seen before a judge. He has the right to a phone call. He could be the world's most terrible man. But it doesn't make a difference, and I haven't seen that evidence, and that could be real. I don't know. But he didn't deserve to die, I know that. Yeah, I've been seeing other things saying that he's a Mason. Will I get chipped for corona vaccines? I will never take a vaccine ever, and I will never take a microchip ever. That's a line in the sand for me. Yeah, I have people. Have you guys seen these funny things online? People saying that Floyd was a Mason and the dude that killed him was the guy from Cash Cab. See, there's a lot of interesting factual information that's out there, and then the people put that there. Now, that may be true. That may be absolutely true. But I hate when people just share information and there's like no facts or links. Like you can just show a picture like, oh, these two people look like, oh, so that's definitely him. Like, I need a little more evidence on that one. Who knows? That's why you always keep an open but skeptical mind, right? We've audited Masonic buildings. I believe we're the only channel that's audited Masonic. We've audited a couple Masonic buildings. One, we went live to the oldest Masonic temple. Inside, we just walked right in. They were in their full regalia. We were chilling. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Wind Glitch. One of my favorite books. Very interesting, thought-provoking man. Don't agree necessarily with everything he said, but you always have to keep an open, good, skeptical mind. You never know. You could think something one day and then new evidence comes out. I believe certain things. But when new evidence comes to my attention, I have an open mind and I change them. I have not, writes Crispy. I'm going to have to watch that. Yes, the cop did know Floyd. According to reports, they worked together at the same nightclub. It's unclear. They did work for years together if there was interaction because it was a large place. One worked outside, one worked inside, and their shifts rarely overlapped. Oh, D-News, dodecahedron in the house. D-News is the shiznap snam snizzle. Shout outs to D-News. How many of you guys have subscribed to my YouTube channel out here? And I understand why the government doesn't like cameras. Because they're doing bad stuff. I won't take a flu vaccine either. Who worked with who for 16 years? Thank you, Food Toy. Shout out to Fintan, the man out there. Really, really helped us out in a tough time and continues to. And he's got the best memes. I don't know, Jack. That's an honest answer. So subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I've done a few. And Rights Crispy is really doing a lot of good work. So if you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, please do so. Go to Rights Crispy. Shout outs to Roasted Studio. Shout outs to Chase from the Allen Report. Subscribe to their channels. 1 million Earths would fit inside the sun. That's what they say. Yes, Floyd and the killer cop worked together as bouncers in the past, supposedly. Oh, yeah, I respect all the Bill of Rights. But, yeah, the First Amendment is the most important thing. Freedom of speech. If you can't say what you want, and it's something that we have to constantly guard, be vigilant against. And don't forget to find Auditing America on Instagram, Auditing America on Facebook. Kirk, so what are you insinuating with that? Yes, CM, totally agree. It's all about transparency. It's all about transparency. Oh yeah, the book 1984. We're living it right now. We're all Winston. I've tried to push stuff locally here with DCYF in Rhode Island. I've had a tough time. No, Rike, I did not. Please repeat it. I'm always about trying to change things, but I need people working with me. So, and thank you to everybody that emailed Catherine Kazarian. I got a response. Let's see. How many flat Earth fit inside your anus? Yeah, and JFK said he would shatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. Yes. Could you do an Oprah request file of all cops in my local station? Every state and place has a different law, so you have to check, but you should go down there and ask. Greatest presidents. I need to do more research on Grover Cleveland, but I really like JFK, even though he's did a lot of things. I will not, Jimmy Snuka. He did some things that I don't agree with. But I think definitely in the modern era, JFK was the best. Bill Clinton was a member of the Bilderberg Group, the Council on Foreign Relations. Bill Clinton gave a eulogy at Robert Byrd's funeral. And Joe Biden and even Obama was there, if you can believe it. There's video of this too. Don't believe me, just look it up on video. But Robert Byrd was a KKK, I believe Grand Wizard, but he was a high-ranking member of the KKK. And you can still pull it up on YouTube. Not only was Biden and Obama there, but you can find video of Bill Clinton giving a eulogy for KKK member Robert Byrd. He said, I know he was in the KKK. Hell, they all were during that time. So we've tried to file lawsuits, Warrior Health. Dog, we need a lawyer. We've had our civil rights violated, millions of views. We've made local news, international, national news. Still can't find a lawyer. If we had a lawyer, we'd be even giving you even more content. Because instead of the cops saying, oh, you can't go over here, this is illegal, da da da. Now if I tried to do that, I've already got a case over my head because of freedom of speech, protesting at a DCYF protest for just protesting. So now if I go get arrested again, then it's not going to be helpful. It's just not effective, right? But if I had a great lawyer get me out, I'd hit a cartwheel over that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'll go over there, I'll slide under that. I'll do whatever you want, right? But I need a lawyer that's going to be able to fight for me. I don't even want money to sue them. I just want to be able to get the cases dismissed so we can have some real change here. Right? And then once the case gets dismissed, then the cops are going to realize, no, we have to respect your rights. But in the meantime, I don't know. I mean, it's going to have to be pro bono too, because I don't know. Because I'm not Dave Rockefeller here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so is life illusionary to a certain degree? Absolutely. How do you feel about Hunter Thompson? Woo! That's a whole conversation. That's a whole conversation. You know what? I think I should do what's your take, actually, Rights Crispy? Because I want to hear what you have to say on that. Favorite presidents I was born? Absolutely none of them. They're all bad. That goes through years and years and several things, and we've already been going 74 minutes right now, so no lawyer will help me. Maybe it's my approach. You're right. You know, I try to be better sometime. Sometimes I'm really, really nice. Sometimes I go and say, greetings and salutations. And me and Mr. America are usually always really, really nice until they start stepping on our rights or being mean to us for no reason. And it's tough, when you're out there in a protest, or you got 12 cops in your face, or you're at, one of these crazy buildings, your adrenaline starts going, you know what I'm saying? So James, that's a great question. I don't know what we can do. Because you're right, we got the Bushes and the Clintons going free, but people still getting locked up for weed. There's no justice in the system. There's really not. We've interviewed people that were out there for 27 years.
I was found guilty of something that never happened.
On video.
On video.
On multiple videos. He was found guilty of something that never happened on multiple video. So, collab, William Smith, I'm down to collab with anybody that's not racist and wants to do nonviolent activism. Email him, williamturbot@gmail.com, Will Turbot, Facebook, Instagram, Demand the Truth, Facebook, Demand the Truth, youtube.com/Demand the Truth. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment there. I'll see one of them. Now that would be interesting, Futoy. Will there be a need for rights in heaven? I don't know. I haven't been there. I have never been to Texas. I want to go. I was supposed to go to Texas, but COVID came up and I wasn't able to. So I want to go to Texas. That's on the list. And that's why I really appreciate everybody that's given all the super chats and then Laura with the PayPal, because, you know, instead of driving an hour or two away, maybe we'll be able to drive 6, 7, 8 hours away, or maybe we'll be able to take the bus somewhere, or maybe we'll be able to take a cheap flight to Texas somewhere, because that is our intention. Our intention is to educate everybody. Our intention is to be activists everywhere. Our intention is to be, if we had enough money, I still would keep a fake mic, but if we had enough money, shoot, if I had 5, 10 G's, I'd just buy like a used RV and I'd travel to wherever the stories are and bring it to you guys, teleprompter free, live from Mr. America's camera. No makeup, no corporations. We'll just show you what's going on. But until then, we're just doing what we can do. So it's very much appreciated, the people that have been graciously donating via Super Chat, as well as PayPal, and to people that support me on Patreon/Demand the Truth. But the best way, like I've said incessantly over this video, is to share, 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 share. That's how we get past phase 1, phase 2, nonviolent activism, phase 3, victory, and tacos. Oh, Williams, talk to me, William. If that's the case, williamturbot@gmail.com. I'm interested in that. Just think so. I will they were not going to let me be a cop. Coke or Pepsi, they're both bad for you, but
Pepsi.
I like Coke. But hey.
You like Coke?
Yeah, I like Coke better.
Pepsi.
I like Dr. Pepper too, but I like Coke better.
Pepsi's
but they're
way
both
better.
bad for you. I try not to drink soda. I've taken a couple of years off here and there, and every once in a while I still drink soda, but hey. Forest curfew. I don't know what you're talking about. All curfews are illegal and unconstitutional. Sierra, is that like a law? RC Cola. No, it's so funny because we had RC Cola. I was like, yo, I forgot that existed, dog, right now. You know what I'm saying? There you go, vehicle ranks. You're good. Dr. Pepper's good. Yeah, they're all bad for you. They're all sugary, carbonated trash that destroys you. We went to Daytona Beach, but, you know, you got to live a little every once in a while. Why don't you believe in the cops joining the protest? Because I'll tell you why. I'm always skeptical. I'm always skeptical because cops always be like, look, I want to do you a favor here. I want to be your friend here. Look, just work with me. Just subvert your Fourth Amendment right. Let me detain you illegally for a little bit. They always try to pretend to do something nice, and it never is really genuine. And if they were really genuine, then they would stop planting drugs on people. They would stop kicking pregnant women in the stomach, and they would stop shooting civilians, or even killing, like I said, more white people than black people. But still, that's only because black people make a smaller segment of the population. And as I said earlier in this video, the police own statistics show that black people are more likely to be pulled over and illegally searched, even though white people are less likely to be pulled over and searched, but those same white people are more likely to have illegal drugs and weapons on. So there's still racism, even according to the cops' own statistics. Well, what about you guys seen that dude that went viral? The officer said that this is not right, this is unconstitutional. Oh yeah, Enrique likes Malta. This is not right, this is unconstitutional, he got fired. That's what happens to good cops. I know good cops behind the scene, multiple good cops behind the scene, who've told me stories that they tried to do the right thing, they tried to stand up for the Constitution, they tried to speak out about something that wasn't right. And the other cop said, boy, you don't go against that thin blue line. Now lick my boot. No, wax it first and lick it. They didn't do it. Thank God. Actually, that's happened multiple times, CM. Yeah, that's actually happened multiple times. It happened recently. So, I mean, and none of these cops, I saw maybe 4 cops come out and say that this was a murder. All the cops should be decrying it. If the cops really want to be on the side of the people, all cops would make a statement decrying all of this, and they would say, you know what? Not only is this bad, but we've been subverting your constitutional rights for a long time. We're going to get back to you on that. We're going to allow you to have your rights. Thank you, masters. No, if cops were truly genuine, they would be doing the right thing, and they're not. Yeah, there have been a few that have said that vehicle. They have said that for sure. And there's some that have spoken out against it, but a lot of those that do get fired and they're marginalized. So, what's up, Fahad? Where in Saudi Arabia you at? What part? Narc Neil, what up? Colgate or Crest? Tom's no fluoride, Kirk. All right, I'm going to answer one more question. The stupidest, funniest question I hear. Let's see. Oh, that's totally bad, teammates. Totally illegal. One good question. Let's get it out. We've been ranting and raving, but it's a very important video. I need you guys to share this. Okay, Narc Neo, you've been out here. What do you got? Narc Neo's got the last question. Get it out there. Favorite cereal? A lot.
Cocoa Krispies. No, Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles. I think I would agree with you on that. Cocoa Pebbles are pretty much the best cereal. Now I want some, yeah.
I got all of them.
Oh, we're about to get serialized. Frosted Flakes. These bad questions, guys. No, I'm putting you guys on the spot right now. Where's the question, Narc Neil? Thank you, awesome, my guy. A guy. That's right, Rice Krispies, Rice Krispies.
That's right,
dog. Rice Krispies are the best, absolutely the best. We're gonna leave it off on that note, guys. Auditing America is on Instagram. Auditing America. We might get him on the Chinese platform, TikTok. Who knows? Auditing America, Instagram for now. Auditing America on Minds for now. Auditing America group on Facebook all together. Auditing America, Instagram. Go right now after this video. You got your phone. Boom. If you go to Android, you can go subscribe to Auditing America right now. It's all together. Type it in the search box. Follow the hashtag Auditing America. Auditing America on Instagram. Auditing America on Instagram. Auditing America on Instagram. Auditing America on Instagram. Then you go to Facebook. Auditing America on Facebook. Auditing America Facebook. Auditing America Facebook. We have a group there, and then we have a video that's about to go over 10 million views. So help us get there. Help us share that view. Help us expose these tyrants. YouTube.com/Demand the Truth. Give me a subscription right
There's
now.
77 of you right here, right now. We need everyone to go to Demand the Truth. Go to his channel. We have to get him over 9,000. We're almost there.
I'm going to have a party. Mr. America is going to be there. Once I reach over 9,000 subscribers, it's going to be a party.
Come on, guys.
It's going to be a legit party.
There's 80 people here.
I never celebrate, but I will be celebrating.
Go to his channel right now.
Through all the problems, Demand the Truth will be over 9,000. We are going to bed. Yes, Kirk, you're just like the government telling us to have a curfew. Thank you, Pumpkin Ore. Thank you, Pumpkin Ore, for subscribing. Tell him Will Turbot sent you. But yes, we're peacing out, guys. This has been yet another take. Auditing America on Instagram. Auditing America on Facebook. Auditing America on Minds. Demand the Truth on Instagram. Demand the Truth on Minds. Demand the Truth on Facebook. Demand the Truth on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Go subscribe to Auditing America right now. You haven't made it great. Only a few of you guys have made it great. Make it great. Make it great. Right now. Now.
Right now.
Guys, the Allen Report, 250K. Holding it down right now. Go check out that video. Give us all these subscriptions. Share these videos. Phase 1, educate. Phase 2, motivate. Phase 3, tacos. Fake Mike, real news, Mr. America, Auditing America, and we ain't never giving up. We're healthy, we're never gonna kill ourselves, and we're always out there fighting for your rights. Can't wait to see you, Mother Hubbards. Peace.